Everyone says the East is wide open. Last I checked, the Orlando Magic and Cleveland Cavaliers still exist. They're right
The
there.
Hawks are better than the Magic.
No, they're not.
You are out of your mind.
No, they're
you
not.
are out of your mind.
Wait,
to
put them
Milwaukee Bucks?
No, the Hawks. The Hawks. Relax, Mark.
Oh, you said the Hawks or the Bucks?
Not the Bucks. You said the Hawks.
I thought you said the Bucks.
Relax,
okay.
I heard Hawks.
You heard me correct, right?
Orlando is going to the finals next year. That's my
okay. I misheard.
But I got them good headphones.
Yeah,
hey,
Orlando's the best team in the East, right? Like today.
Using
today,
dollars.
Orlando's the best team in the East.
I agree.
The team that's never made it to the second round.
I'm a
okay. They
What's
just
not got to do with today?
A team. Hey, chill.
I got Cleveland winning the NBA championship next year. I ain't listening to nothing that Ox saying. Ox say go in one day.
I don't think it's crazy. I don't think it's crazy to say Atlanta. I don't think it's crazy.
What are you talking? Well, I'm saying, why are you talking about
to say that
what they've never been out the second round? Who cares?
Yeah, I don't know what Ron's talking about with that, but I don't think it's crazy.
Ron,
to
2
say
years
Atlanta
ago, 2 years ago, the Indiana Pacers was in the lottery. What are we doing, Ron?
And what did they do last year?
That's the point.
They went to the conference finals.
Okay, that's the point I'm making.
Okay, so 2 years.
Y'all ain't pieced together 4 first-round wins. I'm supposed to believe with Shaw finna just come into the East, into the finals, and just just made it happen.
They pushed the Cavaliers to 7 games last year. Don't be a prisoner of the moment.
And you're not about to tell me because the Hawks went to the conference finals 4 years ago. And maybe there's one player still on that roster.
Exactly.
Also,
the coach ain't even the same. So one player from that roster,
Clint Capella too.
And I'll
he's not gonna be there.
Jalen Suggs. Jalen Suggs is like good right now. When he shaves his head, he's gonna be great. You'll see it.
Let it go.
When he lets that shit go, he's gonna turn into Michael Jordan defensively. Jalen Suggs is like legit scary defensively. There are not a lot of defenders that I really rate defensively. Dyson was obviously one of them when he was in the Pelicans and last year, but Jalen Suggs really one of them ones defensively. So yeah. And Mars, I got a trade for you. I would trade you a good pair of headphones for one of your PCL belts. You good? No.
I mean, hey,
belts are earned, not given.
Hey, Morris is competing next year, so the PCL is wide open. It's wide open.
They're earned.
The PCL like the Eastern Conference.
Even though I know you didn't make it out the second round, don't worry.
Yeah, the PCL is turning into like the 2010s East. Yeah.
That's crazy. Ron, do you know what Jalen Suggs is doing to Trae Young in a series?
What'd you say? Popularity.
Do you know what Jalen Suggs is doing to Trae Young in a series?
Mars, I'm still 24, 8, and 6 on good efficiency. Let's cut
the
bullshit.
Lockdown.
Yeah, on a 36 win
team. Down.
More like a 42 win team.
That's what I call a matchup nightmare.
Like a 42 win team. So we're 5th, 6th seed. So
I do think Orlando is set up to defend Trae. Well, I don't think Trae's that hard to guard in the playoffs, but I do think Orlando is set up to guard Trae.
But Morris, that's the point in getting the pieces that you get to put around him.
I agree.
That's why Porzingis helps. That's why newsflash, Jalen Johnson wasn't there the second half of the year. That's why you got another all-star. That's why hopefully Dyson Daniels takes a step forward.
And they beat Indiana twice, by the way.
That's why I think Atlanta could be better than Orlando. Real Talk thinks it's like clearly Orlando. I don't agree. I think Atlanta could be better. I'd probably
favor better than Cleveland.
Well, I think
I got them better than Cleveland. Yes,
they're not better than
Cleveland. Do you not understand? Look, they bring back Jalen Suggs. You add another shot creator and floor spacer in Desmond Bane. You got Franz and Paolo probably taking another little step forward as players.
Sure.
You got. I'm hoping they bring back Mo.
Yep.
I'm hoping they bring back Mo. And you got Wendell. You got Black coming off the bench. He's been really good. That's a really good team, man.
100%.
So is Atlanta.
Really good team.
And so is Cleveland. Cleveland's a really good team.
And they've been. And what to me was moving me about Orlando is that they've been elite defensively for some time now, right? I think this is the first year that they can be a good offense.
Good
with the good. What?
Good?
Yes, Mars. Good.
You think they're going from maybe the worst offense in the NBA to good?
If everybody stays healthy, yeah.
Mars, what do you think?
That's a major jump. That's a major jump.
I think Desmond Bane can make that much of a difference for them.
Yeah, that's the disconnect.
What do you think good is in with Orlando? What's a good offense for Orlando, Mars, in your estimation?
Because last season, for Orlando or just for the NBA? I'm saying that I don't think there'll be a good offense in the NBA.
Because
they might be better than they were last year.
They were third from last year. I think that I think that they can move out of the bottom 10. They can maybe even be average. They're
going to be top half of the.
Yeah, the only teams with a worse half court offense than Orlando last year were Charlotte, New Orleans, and Washington.
That's it.
Those were the only teams.
They were in the bottom 3. Now this season coming up,
do I think that they can jump? So like, I don't think there'll be a better offense than Cleveland, OKC, Denver. I don't know what Indiana's going to do. The Knicks, the Lakers,
Atlanta.
Yeah, I think Atlanta will be a better offense. The Timberwolves, the Mavs, the Clippers, the Grizzlies, the Spurs, the Pistons, the Warriors, the Sixers, the Rockets.
Indiana? No, Tyrese.
You don't think they can have a better offense than the Rockets?
No, I don't think they'll have a better offense than the Rockets.
No.
I'd ask you why you think they would.
Dallas.
I like Orlando, even with adding KD. I like Orlando more so in half-court situations than the Rockets.
I could agree with that. Like they could be better in the half court. Houston rebound like a third of their misses.
That's
Orlando
true.
doesn't. Like their offense is going to be. That's why Houston were able to be like 12th in offense this year. Their half court offense stunk, but they just rebounded so much that they ended up scoring. So I don't think Orlando would be better than them. So like the best case scenario for me with Orlando is like back half of the 10s, like 17, 18. Realistically, for me, they're probably going to be like 22nd or 23rd in offense, but they might be the best defense in the NBA. Well, OKC notwithstanding, they might be the best offense in the NBA for like the rest of the league, and that's going to be enough to get them a high seed. And then in the playoffs, it will come down to Paolo, isolation and shot making, Franz downhill and stuff. But a lot of this changes if Franz can shoot next year, or if Paolo is a different player. Like if they take leaps, then I'll be with real talk.
Last time,
if Jalen Suggs gets back to being like a 38, 39% three-point shooter, you add Bane, who should be an elite shooter. I mean, part of the reason why they were so bad last year is number one, Paolo and Franz missing a whole bunch of time. Jalen Suggs missed time. And then the guy that they brought in to make shots was a brick in KCP. Also, their offense was shitty because, I mean, who was over there for real last year? This year, again, Jalen Suggs, I like all of that. The NBA to me is getting to a point where you need to have 4 or 5 players that can dribble, shoot, pass, right? And they basically have an assortment of that from 1 through 4 in their starting lineup. Jalen Suggs can handle the ball. Desmond can handle the ball, make decisions, get downhill, attack a closeout, make a kick-out pass, make a spot-up shot. Franz and Paolo. Now, Franz the spot-up shooter. But Paolo can spot shoot. He can pass. He can
Does
drive.
Atlanta not have that too?
That's the same question.
But I don't think to me, not to the extent
Cleveland.
Those
Cleveland not have that.
Well, Cleveland has that, right?
We're kind of leaving Cleveland out of this conversation.
Yeah, I think Cleveland are clearly going to be a better.
Bro, I got them winning the NBA championship next year.
Chill.
Well, that's because you don't think there's going to be a back-to-back champ. So you're.
Not only that, I think that it's their turn next year. We've already had this conversation about your time and then their turn. I think Cleveland. I think it's their turn. I think that's what the issue is.
I have doubts with the Cavs, but
I 100% have doubts with them. My biggest doubt with them is that they're a bunch of chumps. We got to get tougher. That's what it is. More than
my
anything.
biggest doubt is that their backcourt's too small. But
the reason why I combat that part, Mars, is because we got protection at the rim. If we got a guy that's frying us on the perimeter, 18 feet, 23 feet, I mean, that's Curry, right? But that's Curry. I feel like that's Curry years ago. That's Brunson, right? And Brunson still has to get downhill because you can. I feel like Donovan Mitchell is good enough as a defender to force him downhill, and that's where the protection comes in. That's where the help defense comes in, and we have other guys who are viable on the defense who can also help. That's not my issue. My issue is that I feel like these dudes are a bunch of chumps. They get pushed around. Jared Allen in particular is the one. Like, he's the guy who gets pushed around more than any of these guys. And I think that they need to toughen up.
I hate to step in and interrupt this intense yap session that you're currently watching, but I just have to inform you on all the amazing, spectacular, fabulous, endless ways to play and win over at PrizePicks. With PrizePicks, you can play daily NBA contests and test your hoop knowledge by choosing the player projections and every single stat line imaginable to make your prize picks and take home some nice hard-earned cash. Are you a rookie in the game? Don't even sweat it. I got the playbook for you right here. All you have to do is download PrizePicks, use promo code PANEL, and you will get $50 instantly when you play 5 here with PrizePicks. So what are you waiting for? Download PrizePicks, use promo code PANEL, and join me as we break down all of our amazing daily picks right here on the panel. PrizePicks. Run your game, control your game, win your game. It's easy, baby. It's easy.
But
More
chill,
than anything, I feel like this team
how do
needs
you
to toughen up.
just, some people you could put them through all the training in the world, they'll still be soft.
100%, no doubt. But with that, that's where your leader comes in. I mean, Scottie Pippen had he had the soft tag, but it was Jay who pushed that toward him. Yo, I'm with you. Fight. I'll fight with you. Don't be afraid.
Or maybe
to fight.
he was just never.
I know Scottie Pippen was soft.
Maybe Scottie Pippen just had
the
tag for a wrong reason.
To be honest with you guys, that was the tag that was going on with Scottie Pippen in 1988, 1989, 1990. That he was soft. And it was Jay who was like, yo, you fight, I'll fight with you. Don't worry about getting beat up because I'm gonna jump in with you. And I feel like this Cavs team, I think that's Donovan Mitchell's job to jump in there and go, yo, I'm not gonna let us get pushed around. I'm not gonna let us get roughed up. Just fight. Stop helping people up. Do the dirty work stuff that's necessary because we have all the other things. Mars, you and I have already had, you and me have had extensive conversations about how good Darius Garland is as a downhill guy, as a mid-range guy, as a distributor. All of that stuff is there. You already know how I feel about Evan Mobley and his production and his progression. Jared Allen, one of the best rim runners in the game. Not only one of the best rim runners in the game, one of the better rim protectors in the game. Their rotations, I feel like, are there. I feel like the problem with this team right now is that in terms of leadership, they're soft and they gotta get tougher. If they can get tougher, I think this team wins the NBA championship.
Chill. I'm with you. The Cavs are really good, right? They're gonna win another in the East. They may win 60, 70 games next year.
They think it was 60 out of 70 games again.
Jared Allen got punked by Miles Turner. It's not like he was going against, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, when Pau Gasol had to get tougher against KG, at least that's Kevin Garnett. And like he was getting worked by somebody you think is already soft.
Correct.
So that he got a long way to go.
Which doesn't mean it can't change, real talk. You can get beat up by a chump. That doesn't mean that you got to stay soft. You can look at yourself and go, yo, that dude is soft, and I got beat up by him. You got two options. One, quit. Okay, I'm not doing that. Or two, I got to get tougher. 100% I have to do that.
Yeah, I also agree with Mark. Like, I don't like the idea, especially in 2025. Like, your backcourt, nobody's over 6'2". Like, I'm kind of good on that.
That's my issue. Like,
they try to make up for it with like aggregate size because Evan Mobley and Jared Allen are essentially Jared Allen is not 7 feet tall, but the
he's
Afro
6'9". Yeah, he's 6'9".
But you got 7 foot Evan Mobley, you got like 6'10" Jared Allen. That's how they try to make up for it. But even still, they can get hunted too much. I don't like that.
Yeah, that's why I like Orlando. They're huge.
I know that's why they're going to the finals.
I don't know if I like them that much.
Orlando's jumped everybody. They've jumped the Knicks.
Yes,
they've jumped.
I don't think the Knicks are ever winning anything. I'm not.
But they don't have to. They have to get through these teams to get to the finals.
Yeah, I can't see the Knicks winning 3 series in the East. I can't see.
But Mars, the point I'm making is the Knicks might not go to the finals, but let's say that the Knicks and the Magic face each other in the second round.
I feel you.
You still have to go through all these teams.
Mm-hmm.
You believe Ox, Penn, real talk. Y'all believe that Orlando
they're better than the Knicks? Yes.
I couldn't tell you who's coming out the East. I feel like it's way too early to.
It is definitely way too early, but
albeit if there's major moves made, right? If
free agency that we,
you know what I'm saying, if Giannis gets, help over there in Milwaukee or something like that, then with new information, I can change my opinion. But as things stand right now, I got Orlando.
And then also too, what you guys are also forgetting, Mars, I know you haven't. You know, the second best player in the East is still in the East. You know,
that's my pick.
You know,
they're gonna be healthy.
Player in the East,
Joel Embiid.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, bro.
Absolutely. I
Giannis is better. Come on, man.
That's why he said second best player in the East.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why he said second.
But he knew like chill. It's the summer. Like we got to start entertaining Joel Embiid. Yeah?
First of all, Joel Embiid has been out. What did he go out of the lineup in February? Something like that.
He was never really in the lineup. His number 21 was on the court.
Let's just say officially. Let's say officially he went out of the lineup.
Chill. What's the best ability?
Your availability.
Being good.
Okay, so I'm miss me with the second best player in the East shit.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry. Joel Embiid is better than Mikal Bridges. I don't know what to tell you. You're not about to tell me Jalen Green is good. That man hasn't missed a game in 2 seasons, and you think he sucks. So miss me with the best ability is the availability, because you don't subscribe to that when it's Jalen Green. So no, it's not. The best ability is being good. Joel Embiid is good. If he's healthy, that's
not fair, Mars. And the reason why that's not fair is because as good as Joel Embiid is, Joel Embiid got good over time. Joel Embiid just didn't become good yesterday.
I was just speaking to Penn. I wasn't saying Jalen Green will never be good. I was just speaking to Penn Star Basketball. Or I'm mispronounced that. I apologize. I was just speaking to him. He thinks Jalen Green sucks, and Jalen Green hasn't missed a game in 2 years, and he thinks he sucks. So he can't tell me about best ability is availability when he told me Jalen Green sucks. He can't tell me that.
Did you tell him that, Penn? Did you tell him that Jalen Green was whack?
Yep.
So I'm not listening to that.
But that's a misunderstanding of the point. We're not saying Mikal Bridges is better than Joel Embiid. I'm saying when you're talking about the best player in the East and you're comparing him to second best player in the East, you're comparing him to other star players.
So who is the second best player in the East?
Okay, so here's my question. Who's going to provide you more value next year, Jalen Brunson or Joel Embiid? Value, Mars, value, leadership, intangibles.
You want me to check their VORPs? Is that what you want? Value?
Shit, go ahead. I don't really care how you calculate value. I'm talking about everything. I'm saying, like, what's your impact on your locker room? What's your impact on leadership? Are you there when I need you? Are you going to be missing games in the playoffs? I care about that stuff, man. I care about
who's a better basketball player.
Of course, Joel Embiid. We're not talking about talent. We're talking about best.
I'm letting you know what I'm talking about. Joel Embiid is the second best player in the East.
Okay, if we're just talking talent, then Jalen Green is not whack at all. He's amazing. If we're just talking talent.
When Joel Embiid is on the basketball court, he is at worst the second best player in the East. That's what I'm saying.
He might be the best player in the East when he's on the court.
At worst,
per minute. Okay.
At worst, he's second. At best, he might actually be first. When Joel Embiid,
have we heard any update on Joel Embiid's health?
We don't need to hear an update. We don't need to hear an update.
So he got the microscopic knee surgery on looks like April 11th. They said in 6 weeks he'll be reevaluated. So basically, he should be good now.
Well, he should be reevaluated.
Did they break his hip?
No.
Oh,
I'm so glad they didn't do that.
They didn't do that
surgery. There was something.
I'll do some Googling. Point is, when Joel Embiid, like, Philly's chances rest on Joel Embiid being healthy. We all know. So, like, when we say Joel Embiid is the second best player in the East, it's obviously with the presumption of when Joel Embiid is available. It's like when someone says Zion is one of the 20 best players in the league, it's obviously with the presumption that Zion Williamson is available. Now, we understand there's the low-hanging fruit that these guys are unavailable a lot of the time, and that can lead to hesitance on the team. We agree. But when we say Philly have a chance next year, it's obviously with the presumption that if Joel Embiid is there, they have a chance. So saying, oh, well, he's never available. Yeah, okay. But, like, obviously when the person said Philly have a chance next year, they were saying if Joel Embiid's healthy. Like, it's just like,
now a person can't believe that that presumption is just like it's just so far-fetched now.
Like, yeah, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with someone saying I don't think Philly have a chance because I don't believe in Joel Embiid's health. But if someone else says I think Philly have a chance next year, and then your response is, well, Joel Embiid's never available. Well, obviously, I was saying if Joel Embiid's there, like, it's like, okay, read between the lines.
I mean, like, I understand you're trying to cook up. So let me try to offer.
I'm trying to
let me offer a reverse to this.
Okay.
With the number of injuries that Joel Embiid has had, at what point is the cliff really close to coming? At which point he gets on the court and he's not the same player anymore. He's just
when I
way
see a healthy
worse.
Joel Embiid on the court not look like one of the 5 best players in the sport,
then you'll change your mind.
Then the new information will be like, okay,
Well,
the cliff has arrived.
He's getting to 30.
He's 31. I know how old Joel Embiid is.
Okay.
He's 31.
So
now, it's very possible that Joel Embiid comes back next year, is healthy, but just doesn't look like the same Joel. And if that happens, I will be here saying, I'm not high on
I mean,
I will say that.
Didn't that low-key happen a little bit last year?
It did.
That Joel Embiid should not have been on the court.
He
was there, I was saying it when he was out there. Joel Embiid should not have been on the court.
The first
he
thing
was not healthy.
Look, man, Mars, you can agree that that Giannis is the best player in the East, but there is a regression in his defensive impact from when he was 26, 27 to today.
But it's also a progression in his offensive impact.
Yes. But the thing with Joel that I think makes him so special, apart from like his guard-like qualities as a 7'1" player, is his actually very underrated defense. There are times there are times when I watch Joel Embiid and I'm like, he's the best defender in the world. Shit, he's amazing. If that goes away, if his ability to move his feet and the quickness starts to drop off, I really could see a world in which he's not better than some guys to try to put him over.
I agree. If Joel Embiid regresses, he's worse than other players. I agree.
No, I hear you, man. But I'm just saying you got a lot of young players coming up behind him, man. You got Paolo, you got Cade, you got I'm gonna say Scotty, but y'all not gonna say Scotty. But you got a lot of players that are coming up behind him that are 22, 23 years old, and you don't know when that jump is gonna come, Mars. And I'm telling you, when you factor in the availability factor here, and you factor in projectable regression, the injuries at 31 for a big man, bro. Come on, man.
Could you please stop saying 31, Pin? We know he's 40.
Okay, let me make the statement. let me make what I'm saying as abundantly clear as it can be. If Joel Embiid is healthy next year and looks like the Joel Embiid we saw in the 2024 season, Philly have a chance to win a championship next year. That's my statement. That is it. That's all I'm saying. If you think Joel Embiid has projectable regression, sure. I don't think they're contenders. If you think Joel Embiid is worse than Jalen Brunson, sure. I don't think they're contenders. If you think Joel Embiid is going to be worse than Scotty Barnes, sure. I don't think they're contenders. My statement is, if Joel Embiid looks like 2024 Joel Embiid and he's healthy throughout the season, Philly, in my opinion, are not only the favorites out east, but have a legitimate shot of winning a championship.
No team with Joel Embiid as their best player is ever going to win a championship. Let me put that straight.
I don't buy that. I don't.
I think he's capable. It's just about the health.
Cook me when I'm wrong. There's a lot that goes into championships: resilience, health, durability, a lot of stuff, intangibles, leadership. You don't have
health is the reason why I think you could be right.
He's really talented.
Yeah, health is the reason I think you could be right.
It's not just the health, man. It's all that other stuff. It's setting.
Oh no, but I'm letting you know, health is the reason I'm inclined to agree. Everything else, I'm not listening. So I'm just letting you know, like, health is the reason I'm inclined to agree, because that's a major red flag.
Cool.
Y'all don't. If you're the Sixers, you don't consider coming off the number 3 pick. I know they only have a couple.
Why do you think I'm trying to get off the number 3 pick, Ron? You got to maximize the window that you think you have with Joel.
You trade Joel.
What is that window with Joel?
No one's taking Joel for the same reasons you've been laying out for the last 15 minutes.
Penn, do you understand? So we clear, Penn. Joel Embiid next season, $55 million. Season after that, $57 million. Season after that, $62 million. Season after that, $67 million on a player.
He signed for 4 more years.
Yes.
4 more years.
This is why I'm so hell bent on Philly trying to win. Like I don't want
every year.
Yeah,
55 real talk next
Philly
season.
Have no
Mars, your house is on fire. Lighting candles is not the solution.
They have no choice.
You can light a cigarette.
Philly cannot trade Joel even if they wanted to. So they have 2 options. Trade Joel, and that option is impossible. Or have Joel here and try and win. Those are the only options.
Might as well get lit.
So if you have Joel and you can't move him, because for every reason that Penn's been laying out for the last 15 minutes, the other 29 franchises in the NBA are aware of those things. They're aware this man hasn't been healthy.
We're not helping
in his life. They're aware he has a terrible contract, assuming he stays hurt. So they won't trade for him. Which means if you're Philly, we have Paul George, we have Joel, we have Tyrese Maxey, we have Jared McCain. We're probably going to bring back Quentin Grimes. We have Nick Nurse, who's a championship head coach, whether you like him or not. He has won a championship as a head coach. You have to try and win. You don't
Philly
have a
got
choice.
Squad too, y'all.
You have to try and win.
Around healthy Joel, Philly
If
really
Boston
got a squad.
called you right now and offered you Jaylen Brown for Joel Embiid, would you do it?
If I'm Philly,
Mhm.
I'd rip your hand off.
Okay.
Hell yes, I'm doing that. To get off that Joel
Morris,
Embiid
you're not doing
contract.
If they ask,
No, I would.
if they ask
Best
for
player
what?
in the East,
What
ladies
was
and
it?
gentlemen.
Yeah,
He
I'm
said he
shaking
would
your
do it
hand
quick.
so far. Yes.
Yes.
If I'm Philly, I would trade Joel instantaneously.
What's
Deal.
the
Hold it
move?
for
What's
all
what he
the-
said?
Jaylen Brown
Joel.
for Joel Embiid.
It's not even about Jaylen Brown.
Why
It's
would
about
the
not having
Celtics
Joel
wouldn't do
Embiid.
that?
Yeah, but we
Because
gave the
Celtics-
hypothetical.
Why not?
But like, yes, if I'm Philly, I would trade Joel because
Celtics
the
took a gamble.
injuries are too detrimental at this point. But no
Celtics-
one's going to trade for Joel. No one's going to do it. So build around him.
Do we got?
Try.
Do we got? We don't. Do we have to entertain that? Pin? Can we please move past that?
Yeah, we can move past
Please.
it.
Man, Phoenix offered
see
Bradley
you ready-
Beal
I
for
see you ready to
Joel.
go deeper into that. Like, please don't.
No, I'm good.
I'm low key, but Ron, you want to trade the number 3 pick? I asked you for who and for what, because to me, I like VJ on Philly, bro.
He's
I
just
feel
too
like
young.
they need a
I don't-
two.
No, they do, but no. This is why I say
They
no.
need a Trey Murphy.
This okay now you're on the
Now,
something.
I mean, if they
But-
get Trey Murphy,
Yeah, the
shit. I want
seventh
the
pick
Lakers
for
to
the
get Trey
third
Murphy.
pick.
So
The
let's
third
do
pick
that.
and the third pick for Trey Murphy and the 7th, and obviously salary to match. Like, that's a good deal for both teams.
Yeah, I don't.
I think the Rockets should be looking at Trey Murphy too. Just sign up.
I think
Go ahead,
any
Ron.
team that's a contender should be looking at
Yeah.
Trey Murphy.
I mean, I've made this abundantly clear with the teams that I think are with the Spurs, the Mavericks, and Philadelphia. These are all competitive teams that want to win next year.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to
I
Kyrie,
just-
by the way, getting his extension.
I just don't believe that one of these young guys is going to come in and they can, but it's just a coin flip. It's a coin flip. Coop, we can leave Coop out of this.
Okay.
Now, when you go, let's just talk about Philly, where they're at right now. I don't, as much as I love Ace Bailey, I can't bank Joel Embiid in the whole process right now on us bringing a rookie in and us thinking that he's going to contribute. And that goes for everybody else that could be there at 3, other than Coop, I suppose. I would much rather go get a proven commodity that I know, a Trey Murphy. Hell, I mean, the Pelicans got another guy. I mean, we already going through injury hell. We already got the whole Philly medical clinic at our facility. I would try to piece together Paul George and the number 3 pick and see what's up with Zion. Well, what's up?
Joel and Zion.
What's up?
Oh my god.
I'm saying, like, what's up? I'm trying to swing the bat.
You don't want to win because
What?
Hey, I don't know. You first off, they ain't playing. So I don't know what you talking about.
Hey, we will low manage all the way.
What? Zion
All
play
the
one.
way.
Zion play one game. Joel play the next, and they
I'm
just
talking
they
about
gonna
we'll
put
low
off
manage
the game
all the way until March 25th.
I'd rather have Zion than Paul George. So
I'd rather have Trey Murphy on the Sixers.
I'm not
Trey
mad at
Murphy would be
though.
my target. The third pick, salary filler. I don't actually know who the salaries match up. It'll probably be Kelly Oubre's player option, plus some extra things for Trey Murphy, and then the 7th pick, which I think makes sense.
Herb Jones.
Or maybe you don't even take the 7th pick. Maybe you just give 3rd and salary filler for just Trey Murphy, and then Pelicans have 2 picks. Like anything to get Trey Murphy on the team really is kind of where I'm at.
Does this defensive regression last year worry you a little bit, or is it just bad context, bad team? Cursed.
The optimism within me would say the defensive regression was a direct correlation to the larger offensive burden he had to take because of what New Orleans had going on. And I would probably lean more towards the fact that he would get closer to what he was in 24 defensively.
Okay. He wasn't great in 24, but he was decent.
Yeah, he's not going to be a world beater on defense. Well, he has the tools actually to be like a good defender.
He does.
But I wouldn't be trading for him to be a world beater. I'd be trading for him to be competent spacing and ability on the wing that I think Philly have lacked for years. So
there's a panelist who may not be here who actually thinks that he might be an all-star next year.
When you're on a bad team, you're not motivated to be out there playing defense like that. What?
Yeah, some people are. It depends who you are. Some guys play defense on
most people. Well, I'll say it like this: if you're a good defender, classified as a positive defender, and then your team gets really bad, and then you have like a subpar year defensively, I'm not questioning if you're still a good defender or not. I just feel like you're on a bad team. You got less motivated to play defense.
That's what I think will happen with Andrew Nemhard next year.
Yeah, like what I'm picking up full court for us to lose all the time. I'm not doing it. It's the player choice way. Yeah, them boys don't get it started. The player choice way. Yeah, the player choice way. Come and switch lanes into the player choice way.